Welcome, phenomenal Bills fans. Brandon Meister here with the breaking news that we acquired Nyheim Hines. Last second, 3-point shot at the buzzer, swish to pull off the trade 10 minutes before the trade deadline ended. I know that we are all extremely excited about this. It's what we were waiting for. So I'm going to go over who Nyheim Hines is, the round that he was drafted in, his size, height, weight, the 40 time that he ran when he came out, because that is what separated him from everybody else. The contract that he signed last year, which is great. His injury history, which is also great. The trade details, which is one of my favorite parts, and then what makes Nyheim Hines so special when we watch him over on the video. And last but not least, cherry on top, Brandon Beane. Let's get into it. In this trade, I have to say it was a steal. If I'm going to describe it in one way, the confused continued to stay confused Indianapolis Colts, and the Super Bowl chasers got even closer. Like the video, subscribe to the video, and share it on social media with the hashtags Buffalo Bills hashtags. I've already gone from 0 to 50 subscribers in just the last month and a half. Thank you guys for that. I hope you're part of the foundation that builds this channel. The first 100 is called the foundation, and it's going to be a great way to spread that Buffalo love. Nyheim Hines. He was drafted in the 4th round. That's always really important to me. He's 5'8", 200 pounds, and what made him stand out from everybody and has made him that type of player that people want is he was the fastest running back in the 2008 draft. He ran a 4.38 40-yard dash. His injury history is also good. He's missed in the last 4 games. He's missed only 1 game, and that was because of a concussion last month. And when it comes to the contract, Brandon Beane loves those contracts. Nyheim Hines signed an extension last year for 3 years and $18.6 million. That's not very much money. We have players on our team that make that in a year. The reason why Nyheim Hines was so cheap and hasn't really gotten a shot is because he's been hidden. He's been behind Jonathan Taylor the whole time. And you can talk about the trade as well. Let's talk about that trade. We gave up a 6th round pick, which is fine with me for a proven player, and we gave up Zach Moss. If you know me and you subscribe to this channel, you know I'm not a fan of Zach Moss, the player. He's a bench spot. That's it. No, he's a wasted spot, and he's a wasted down. He's the king of 1-yard runs, maximum 3. And the fact that the Indianapolis Colts even accepted him means they're not watching his plays. Because if Nyheim Hines cannot make your roster, then I promise you Zach Moss is not going to. And you're cutting somebody else off the roster who could be good. Because God knows Zach Moss is not good. Beautiful trade there. And it compares Zach Moss to Nyheim Hines, who's an electric pass-catching back. He's dynamic in the field. He's explosive. When you watch the videos, he is that pinball type running back that can hit a huge ass defensive player and somehow bounce off and spin off. He does a lot of spins. He's a player who dives, and he has the speed to take it to the house at any time. He has been hidden behind Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor had 332 carries last year. That only left, and Nyheim Hines averaged 3.3 carries a game. What the fuck is up with that? Nyheim Hines, we all know the name. He's a name brand player. I went to my fantasy league today, and he was already rostered on everybody else's team, and he's been rostered because people are waiting for him to actually be used and become that breakout player. He's able to be a slot receiver. He's a scat back type. He's that weapon that we're going to be able to move around the board like a chess piece. And really, it's going to open up the middle of the field and the lower part of the field. What the problem with the Buffalo Bills the last number of years is our running backs have not been good enough and they haven't been fast enough to be a threat out there in the flat. So Josh is always going deep to our wide receivers. Now he's going to be able to go throw it off, dump it off into the flat to Nyheim Hines, which is going to take a lot of pressure off of our boy Josh Allen. And I want Josh Allen throwing the ball 40 freaking times a game. I feel like he is a generational, once in a NFL history type player. So put the ball in his hands and let him hike the ball, dissect the defense, and decide where he wants to send it. And so instead of having to go deep when our wide receivers are covered, he'll be able to dump it off into the flat to Nyheim Hines. Sometimes, and we've noticed it, our running game, our short passing is our running game. Instead of running the ball and hitting a brick wall and going 3 and out or getting 1 to 2, 3 yards each time, we've learned our lesson that way. Now, and we just throw. It started with Cole Beasley, 5 yards, 3 yards, 1 yard, and move the ball like that. And oh my God, I am so, just like you, I'm so excited to see what this weapon is going to look like on a Bills roster with Josh Allen, the captain, out there feeding him the ball. Last but not least, let's get into Brandon Beane. Man, we have to be thankful for this general manager of ours. He, just when we thought we weren't going to get anything in the trade deadline and we were happy with it, he came through at the last second and added a brand new player. And the fact that he continues to do this is why our depth is so solid. We always hear about how the weakness on the Bills is our running game, and they're not lying. It is our running game. He added a running back at the last second practically for nothing for Zach Moss. And the way he's able to manipulate the cap space, changing salary or changing guaranteed money from the salary cap, creating more space to add more players, is breaking the mold, something that Bills players have never seen before. And now a lot of teams are starting to copy it, but they're so far behind. Brandon Beane, he not only manipulates the salary cap, but he signs our best players a year before that position comes up, so we get the best value on it. That happened with Deion Dawkins. That happened with Josh Allen. That happened with Stephon Diggs. It happened with Matt Milano. It's happened to almost Tre'Davious White. It's been incredible. And without him, our team would not be where it is. The chemistry him and Coach McDermott have flow through the rest of the team. They set the foundation. McDermott sets the culture, and the Bills players make it happen. And Bills Mafia cheers them on. Let's fucking go. Okay, phenomenal Bills fans. Go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. I hate hearing that when I'm watching a damn Bills video, but it's true. Do it just so more Bills fans actually get to hear and see the channel, and it grows the positive vibe and fan base of this Buffalo Bills team, because that fan base is growing. So share it with all the proper Buffalo Bills hashtags. I am out of here. It's been an absolute pleasure hanging out with you guys. And let's get psyched for Nyheim Hines, guys. Go Bills.